Let's go ahead, get a cool thumbnail. Just those. Alright. Anyway, what's up guys? DwkVideos. I make military content, put on the internet for you to enjoy if you want. My social medias are in the description down below where you can find more handsome photos of me. I know you're looking at this and you're like, look at those baby blues. And I'm like, what's up? Anyway, as you guys know, I love my experience in the Navy so far. However, everyone has some stories about the bad times in their life, so I figured I'd tell you guys about some of the bad experiences I've had in the Navy. Now, these are few and far between, but of course, I mean, oh my god.
The fuck is in my eye?
Alright guys, some technical difficulties, but I did make a list of things from start to finish, so this goes in chronological order from when I first joined the Navy. Number one, and not to sound like a crybaby from boot camp, however, there was this one point where it wasn't bad, but it was funny. It was funny bad. So, you know, you always get beat for random stuff, and when you get vaccines in boot camp, they put you light duty for the day, which means the RDCs can't beat you for the rest of the day. I messed up on something, and my RDC, which is a drill instructor, had no way of beating me. So, thinking outside the box, he had me do shirt tucks. I stood at attention, everyone was around me watching me, it's embarrassing as hell. I would tuck my shirt in, right, to my shorts, stand at attention, say 1 petty officer, untuck my shirt, put my hands to my side, 2 petty officer, and I would go to 50. And, right? Pretty funny, smart guy. It wasn't physically bad, it was socially bad, because I got roasted so bad for that for like the rest of boot camp. Next up in my Navy adventures, I went to Navy A School, which is for hospital corpsmen over in Fort Sam, Houston, Texas, which is in San Antonio. I don't know, it's Houston, Texas, whatever. We're downtown at the Riverwalk, and you know, we're enjoying our night. We go out to watch the fights or whatever, and we get a hotel. And when we get this hotel, we're all brand new, like 18, 19-year-olds, so we don't have a lot of money. So of course we go cheap, and it's like next to this underpass. This underpass has like, it's like Skid Row. It is just tense and tense of like homeless dudes. So this dude comes up to the party and literally just bangs on our door trying to guilt trip us that he used to be military. Mind you, like, I feel bad for the homeless guys that used to be military, but you gotta understand how much that gets exploited, and it's just like, man, if I give you 20 bucks, that's the equivalent of me working X amount of time. So this dude kept knocking, we're like, no, you gotta leave. And one of my buddies got like a box of chicken nuggets, opened the door, was like, here you go. He's like, whoa, what? And he's like, that's all you're getting, leave, and like closed the door. Can you imagine like trying to beg and pull on our heartstrings for money, and it's like, here's some chicken nuggets. Like, that was, giving a grown man chicken nuggets is derogatory in itself. I guess that wasn't a bad time, actually, that's pretty funny. That was a good time. Let's chalk that one up to a good time. After core school, I went to FMTB, but in between FMTB, which is Field Medical Training Battalion, it's for corpsmen to go with the Marines, I went to something called PSI, and I did that in Camp Lejeune. In these barracks, like, ran down, like, just concrete walls, no windows. We were part of a hospital detail, so we were on a duty. We were hospital corpsmen technically, even though we just became hospital corpsmen. We're in limbo between training, so the nearby Lejeune Hospital used us for labor. So there was multiple times where we would have to go in the winter to Camp Lejeune Hospital and just chip ice off the sidewalk. Or, because they're renovating, move heavy ass furniture from one point of the hospital to the other. But the kicker was that at one time we did a full shift of doing manual labor at the hospital, go to bed, and then we get woken up by our HM2, who's like kind of our supervisor through this all limbo period. And he's like, yeah, get your shit on. There's a bus waiting outside. You're all just gonna go pick ice at 2 a.m. in the morning. Freezing cold, very tired Donnie. Morale was, I guess, not an all-time low. It was lower than it usually is. Next up in my adventure, I get to Great Lakes. That's right, I picked Great Lakes Hospital. It's actually pretty nice. And as you guys know, I'm not just gonna complain about random stuff. That's not what I do. I mean, obviously everyone has like shitty parts of their job, so I'm not gonna tell you like, oh, this person was mean to me this day. Oh, this, you know? I'm just gonna give ones that could be semi-entertaining. So, I'm in preventive medicine. If you guys don't know what preventive medicine is, it falls under public health. Kinda has to do with like spread of diseases, right? there's like this lice outbreak thing going on at Great Lakes, and before it got outbreak in Ship 5, where they're separating people, there's an independent duty corpsman. If you guys don't know what they are, they're corpsmen that can work on their own without a doctor. So, 2 people get lice in this ship, and they call me over. I'm an E3 at the time. I'm an E5 now, but I'm an E3 at the time. They call over PrevMed. I answer the phone. Unlucky me, right? Say, hey, we have lice outbreaks. You know, what should I do? I'm not an actual PMT. I just got put in PrevMed. So I asked an HM3. I was like, hey, lice outbreak, what should they do? It's like, who's asking? Oh, an IDC. Just check them for lice, which you can do with a woods lamp, even a comb. Check them for lice. If it's only 1 or 2 and they're not like sleeping next to each other, it's not an outbreak yet. So just prescribe them the topical ointment or shampoo and move on. So I relayed that message nicely, politely, even though the people in this situation aren't gonna believe that or tell the story different. I was like, yeah, all you gotta do is check them for lice and then give them lice treatment. Simple enough. You're thinking, well, that's obvious. It's like, oh, so you guys aren't coming out? And I was like, no, just check them for lice. Hangs up the phone. Next thing I know, the clinic LPO, which is the ESIC, barges in to PrevMed. Boo, where's HN Klein? Where's he at? And I walk up, I'm like, I'm right here, H1, blah, blah, blah. I'm like standing at attention because he's mad. Didn't know what I did. So you're just gonna tell my HM2 to fuck off? And I was like, I just stopped and I'm like, no way. I was like, no way this dude just told you that. And I was like, I didn't say that. Oh, so now you're calling him a liar. And I was like, oh great, now I'm stuck in this circle. No matter, I was telling the truth, but it didn't matter because I was of low rank. So I'm just getting chewed, blah, 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 blah. If he's gonna call the specialist, next time he calls, you don't just tell him to kick rocks. I'm like, little baby me. I think I was like 18 at the time. I was just, super intimidating. This guy was scary as hell. Dude was in Iraq and Afghanistan, and I'm just like, But yeah, I remember being like really disgruntled for like another 2 days. Just like, man, that dude lied. Like, I didn't do that. You know, like frustrating is like, it's one thing to actually do something bad, get called on it, like, okay. But to not actually do something and then and then no one believe you. No one believe you that's what you did. So when I moved to California, that is my current base right now. It's an FMF unit, so of course I got issued a med bag. If you guys don't know, med bags are a corpsman carry. When we go to the field with Marines, it's kind of like a mobile trauma type thing. You can carry some sick call and some over-the-counter meds in it if you want to take care of your Marines, but overall it's just a medical bag. Most corpsmen carry these in their car, so I carried one in my car. I went to go visit my friend Nikki. He lived like 20 minutes away from me. I park on the street, busy street in front of a mall. If you guys know like Fashion Valley in San Diego, that's the mall. Go to see Nikki, and I come back, and my fucking bag's gone. Some tweaker broke into my car, stole my med bag. What do? I make a police report. My bag got stolen. I know I'm not getting it back, but it's important that I made a police report for documentation. Get back to my command. My bag got, they want to like page 13 me, which is like an administrative thing that goes in your Divo folder, for getting my bag stolen. As if I asked this crackhead to see my med bag and think, oh, needles. and illegally break into my car and steal it. Luckily, I had some dudes in my chains who were like, oh, that's dumb, you know, throw it away. But, you know, there was a couple of people pushing for me to get in actual trouble because there's an order out there that you're not supposed to have SIF gear in your car. SIF gear is like your flat Kevlar stuff you're issued. However, corpsmen carry their med bag in their car because, you know, everyone wants that, you know, hero moment where it's, oh, 15 cars flipped over, someone's gonna die. You bring out your med bag and you race up to them thinking, nam, 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 nam. That's a joke, Navy Achievement Medal. Yeah. That's not what we think, it's what we know. But yeah, that was frustrating. That went nowhere though, luckily, so. Those have been like my little highlights of worst things at each duty station. As you guys know, I love the military, love everything about it. Everyone has stuff about their job they didn't more so like, and those aren't even like big things. Those are just little things I could make a video on that you guys would find entertaining. If you guys want, please leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.